All right, guys, I'm Tom Downey. Alongside me is Mitchell Renz. Keep using hashtag NFL in the comments section. We'll bring up your questions here live on the show. Got quite a few to get to here. Producer Brett's going to grab the very best ones for us. First up from Garrett Phillips. How about Indy landing LeVeon Bell and Landon Collins? What you thinking there, Mitch?
I like the idea of them getting Landon Collins, but I might be on the minority here. Again, minority. I personally don't want Le'Veon Bell to go to the Colts. I think the Colts would be better off saving that money, investing it in other options. And I mean, Marlon Mack was really good last year. He had 908 rushing yards and averaged 4.7 yards per carry. And then Nyheim Hines, fastest 40 time last year. And again, another reliable pass catching running back. So I would rather save the money and have the Colts invest in other places. Maybe like wide receiver.
I don't think Chris Ballard's MO is to throw big money at a back. So I know the Colts make sense because of the cap space and the need, but I think they're going to be fine. So I would not be surprised about Landon Collins, but Bell, I don't quite buy in. All right, from BT, because I'm just going to butcher it if I say anything else. Who are your sleeper teams for this upcoming season? Do the Browns count? Do the Browns count? Because if so,
they had 7 wins, sure.
Browns count them. There you go. They're going to win the NFC North. AFC North. They can't win the NFC North, but the AFC North they will win.
I think a bounce-back team could be the Packers, because I don't think the Packers and Aaron Rodgers will have 5 wins again.
I don't think you can ever count Aaron Rodgers.
They had 5 wins.
Sleeper team.
What?
Together.
They had 5 wins?
I would pick the 49ers instead.
I don't want to pick the 49ers. I can't do that to Raider Nation. Pick
the
Raiders.
Scott Craig, where do you think Jeffrey Simmons will land? He, of course, is the defensive tackle out of Mississippi State, who's really good, but now has a medical issue, tore his ACL in addition to some off-the-field stuff. I would guess round 2. It's still early. I do want to see just how severe the ACL injury actually is. If it's a standard one, standard injury, I'd say round 2 at some point someone takes it. Maybe a team like the Tennessee Titans, who I know like Simmons a lot so far, or the early stages, I should say.
I mean, I'm going to look at 2 different things. Just because a player gets injured and he's not able to, I think, show what he can do at the combine, I think sometimes that gets a little bit overblown, and we see players fall like a Jalen Smith.
Well, the issue there was that people didn't know if Jalen was going to play.
Yes.
And for Simmons, you're probably not going to have him for at least half of next year.
Fair.
But yeah. All right, from Alex, will Denver still go for a quarterback in the draft even after signing Joe Flacco? I think so.
They really like Drew Lock.
They might not sacrifice everything to get one, but if the quarterback that they want isn't within range, I do think so. Again, we've seen teams do this before.
Yep.
We saw the Cardinals throw $20 million at Sam Bradford and then trade up for Josh Rosen. We saw the Cleveland Browns give up an even higher draft pick to trade for Tyrod Taylor and then spend an even higher draft pick than Denver, in theory, would on Baker Mayfield.
I guess, it's again, if you see a quarterback that you absolutely love and fall in love with, that's what you could go with. Here's the thing, though. I think John Elway is doing whatever it takes to remain the greatest quarterback in Broncos history.
I think he wants to win.
I don't know.
I don't
know, Tom.
I don't think he's intentionally sabotaging his
think
team.
he wants to be the greatest quarterback ever.
I think it's the same thing there. All right, Kyler, same question on Facebook and YouTube. My man, right there.
This guy.
What round is Taylor Rapp graded, and should the Packers draft him? I am curious to see how Taylor
Who the hell is Taylor Rapp?
Okay, he's the safety from Washington. I clearly should have led with that. Safety from Washington, a strong safety. I like him. I think he's going to be a top 50 pick. I don't know if he's necessarily going to go in round 1, as producer Brett has fun with it being the same question on Facebook and YouTube. I like Rapp a lot. I think he's going to go in that 25 to 45.
Edward
range.
Green is in the comment section. He's saying, who dat? Yeah,
so I
think
think Green Bay should target a single high free safety, but a safety I think does make some sense there. All right. I'll go back to the other Kyler Panic one because I want to see if Mitch knows this one because he's not going to. The one he just had up there.
It's the same thing.
There was a Lonnie Johnson one. There was a Lonnie Johnson question. We'll get to it back later if we can. Joshua Stallard, are the Cowboys going to keep Cole Beasley? I don't think so. I think he's going to get more money elsewhere.
I think
Plain
he's
and
out.
simple. For more Cowboys coverage, by the way, I'm pretty sure you do, Joshua. Subscribe to our Cowboys-only channel, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Takes you right there. We'll have all kinds of Cowboys coverage all season long, pretty much daily shows.
Literally daily shows.
Except for my bachelor party weekend. I don't think we're going to have a daily show that time. Trevor George Alexander, how does Kyler Murray's size benefit him? In the sense that it doesn't?
Hard or soft?
The issue for Kyler is that because he's so small, it makes it harder to see around/over offensive linemen. You might have to have him drop back further. That sets it up easier for the edge guys to get around there. And he is rather slender. He says he's 205.
No way.
We'll see about that.
There's no way.
I think he'll be more like 190. But for 205, the fear becomes he takes a big hit, which he does a good job of avoiding. How does his body hold up? I mean, we've seen how big Cam Newton is. He's put behind a bad offensive line the past few years, and it's starting to show. No matter how big you are, the more hits you take, the more like your body's just to break
I'm going to
down.
look at Russell Wilson in 2017. Another very mobile quarterback, a little bit smaller. He dealt with a lot of injuries that year because he kept getting hit. And again, Kyler's great, but there's a huge difference between the NFL and college, and he'll see it. But I love Kyler.
Tanner Mullins, should the Pittsburgh Steelers move on from Mike Tomlin? You say yes, I say maybe. I'll let you go first.
I say yes simply because look at all the bullshit that's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have an unbelievably talented team, and yet they have nothing to show for it over the last, 10 years? What do they have? I mean, Mike Tomlin, since that Super Bowl win, is, 3-5 in the playoffs, I believe, is what it is? Like, I get Mike Tomlin's a good coach, but at the end of the day, I'm seeing all the crap going on with LeVeon. I'm seeing all the crap going on with AB. At the end of the day, I'm going to point my finger at the head coach because I don't think he has control of the locker room.
My fear is that who are you going to get that's better?
I don't know if I necessarily need a better coach. I need somebody that can manage a bunch of grown men.
It's fair. And I do think he lost control of that locker room this year.
He lost control of it.
They paid for it. They paid for it dearly. Philip with another Pittsburgh question here. Is there a possibility of Landon Collins to the Steelers?
I don't know if they have the money.
I don't think that they're going to have the money. And beyond that, stop signing and or drafting strong safeties. That's all Pittsburgh's done.
Or just bad ones.
Well, they took Terrell Edmonds, who I still think they thought was Tremaine. That will be my theory until the day I die. They drafted the wrong Edmonds. They signed Morgan Burnett. They drafted Marcus Allen in the same class. They have a bunch of strong safeties, which is fine, but who's going to play deep coverage? None of those guys really fit in that role. So I love Landon Collins, but if I'm Pittsburgh and if I'm going after a safety, I'd rather have Earl Thomas. I'd rather have guys that can actually play deep coverage. That's not where you want to put Landon Collins. That's not maximizing his ability.
Safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Landon Collins is a much harder hitter, and I think, again, for the Steelers, Earl Thomas probably that better fit there back. He's more of a ball hawk.
Yeah. All right. From Tercel, hope I got that name right there. #NFL, where do you think Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell will go if they get released? I don't think they're going to cut Lev Bell or Antonio Brown to start. Excuse me. No, not going to cut Brown. They want value back. And as we saw last year, they typically don't want to let teams win or have the players win.
Yeah,
They want to, because if they do it once, their fear is that, just everyone's going to do it. They're
True.
all going to hold out.
Very, very true. But luckily, I did a show about 2 weeks ago, and I broke down my top Le'Veon Bell destinations. So here were my top 5. If you don't like my top 5, hit me up on IG or Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365 and give me yours. So the Houston Texans, Lamar Miller, he's out, in my opinion. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that backfield situation is ugly. The Oakland Raiders are an interesting team there. The Colts, the Jets, they just have the most money. Le'Veon Bell, if I had to put my money on it, I think he's going to the New York Jets.
I think the Jets make a lot of sense there, assuming he's not actually 260 pounds.
Fair. Less than you.
All right, Tommy, what should the Bears do to reach the next level? What you thinking here, Mitch?
Win a playoff game?
Touche. I think he means roster moves. I think the key is you're trying to keep one of at least of Bryce Callahan, Adrian Amos.
I think Adrian Amos is one of the most underrated players.
I agree. I think the big thing for the Bears is Mitchell Trubisky needs to get better. He was good enough, I think, as was seen last year, but now he's got to take that next step forward.
I mean, I think you could actually make a legitimate argument that the Chicago Bears have the best overall roster in the NFL.
I think you can too.
Like, offense, defense, it's all there.
Most balanced roster.
Most balanced roster. That's probably a better way to put it. And if Trubisky can make that step, this is a serious contender. But again, I expect the Vikings to be better than what they were last year. I expect the Packers to be better. I'll never put my money on Matthew Stafford. I like the Bears a lot. But again, they were 12-4. They were really, really good. They need to keep some of those key players, though.
Jay's asking, do you think the Jags can pick up Foles and still sign Jeffries? I don't know who he's referring to with Jeffries.
I've absolutely...
Alshon? Because he's not a free agent.
I gotta say, I think he's going back and forth here with different ones. Personally, for me, Jay, I put $10 down on BetDSI that Nick Foles was going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And if
I
that
did
happens, I win $27.50. Comment what I should do with that $27.50. And if you want to bid on where Nick Foles is going to play, one place to do it. It's at chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code LIVE120. 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, you get $60 for free. Put down $500, be a big baller like Tom over here.
Oh, yeah.
Get $600 for free. Shout out to Bet the Aside for us up with the best promo code on the internet.